Fall, my favorite season of the year. I love the changing colors of the leaves and no longer having to sweat through all of my clothes. The weather in October was all over the place. It went from being pretty chilly and windy to unseasonably warm, and that's a pretty good way of describing my emotions for the month. During the first half of October, I was just really drained of energy and motivation. And then towards the second half of the month, I started to come around and I was finally able to crawl out of whatever emotional hole I was in. And as you can see, I did not post anything last month outside of the September update that I did, but I literally did not post on YouTube or Instagram. I really had to give myself a lot of space and grace in October to allow myself to be wherever I was. So I really noticed a lot of negative thought patterns creeping back up in the first half of October, and it really served as a reminder for me to stay present, but also that I have a lot of things that I still need to work through. It's so much easier to let yourself check out and spiral into those negative thought patterns, but the work I'm doing is really having me focus on staying present and using the tools that I have been really working hard on the last few years. So, yeah, it was difficult, but it was a good reminder for me as well. Some of my negative thoughts had me questioning what is the point of all of this? What's the point of making music? Does it even matter? What's the point of posting all these videos? Blah, 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 blah. It was just, a lot. And I'm pretty sure that almost all creatives or artists go through this negative spiral and wallow in their self-pity every once in a while. And it was my time to go through this again. And these thoughts come and visit me every few months, so I've gotten kind of used to them. And thankfully, I have never actually given into them. I know that it's just my ego, just keeping me in fear and trying to keep me safe because it's afraid of the unknown. I'm working through it. I would say one of the biggest wins from this month was starting another mentorship program. I joined one in September for artist development, and this one is for production. I'm super excited about it because I know it's exactly what I need to gain more confidence in myself as a producer. I don't want to have to rely on anyone else for me to finish my songs. I want to be able to get guidance but still be able to finish it on my own. And this program is giving me the tools to do exactly that. My mentor's name is Terrence, and I mentioned to him that I have very specific goals. Within the 3-month mentorship program, I want to be able to finish at least 2 of my songs. I have them in demo format. When he listened to the songs, he could really tell that there was lacking a polish to them, and the sounds that I was choosing were not the right ones. So I'm really excited to get his guidance on all of that. So I was not expecting this from a mentorship program, but he is very, very organized and he has a plan for all of his students. And it is a weekly plan, it's a monthly plan, it is a guideline that we have to follow in order to reach the goals that we have. So for me, I need to submit my song 3 times a week for feedback, and his feedback is so detailed. So far, he's given like 10-minute videos on how I can improve the production. He'll go into all the little sections and all the little details, and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then he also has these weekly coaching calls where he'll literally go into students' Ableton or Logic or whatever sessions and go into the minute details of how you can elevate your song. And it's just insane. After 2 weeks, my song already feels and sounds so different, and it's really cool. So the biggest thing I've learned so far is how to reference songs. And I've always been so terrible at it, but also I think that I didn't want to really reference songs. I think it's because my songs sound different from other songs. Or I was just using it as an excuse because I was like, oh, I don't want to reference songs because it might hamper my creativity. But now that Terrence has explained to me or actually shown me how to do it properly, it's just this huge light bulb has gone off in my head. I'm like, oh my God, it makes so much sense. And I've had so many people explain referencing to me, but I don't think I wanted to hear it until now, if that makes sense. And once Terrence pointed out that my song was missing the low frequencies that my reference songs had, and then he put in some 808s and he put in some other elements, I was like, oh my God, this sounds so much better. And it just finally clicked. It finally clicked. And it just makes so much sense. And then he was saying, your drum pattern is way too complicated for no reason. The drums in my reference songs are so simple and have so much space. And so I was like, okay, all right, there's something there. So I'm learning. It's exciting. After 2 weeks, like I mentioned, my song already sounds so much better, so much cooler, and I'm very happy with how it's turning out. I know I mentioned in my September goals video that I was so resolute about finishing up my mix for my next song, which I did. And once I sent it to get mastered, I was like, oh, I messed up. Because there are some frequencies that I noticed in the mix, but I didn't bring them up for some reason, thinking it would be okay, and then everything gets magnified in the master. So now I need to go back to my mixing engineer and ask her to fix it. And I've been dragging my feet on this for the last 3 weeks. So this brought up one of the what's the point of all of this dialogue in my head in October. It was really annoying and very difficult. And I was like, I can't do this anymore. But I put in so much time and effort into this, and I have such a cool music video for it. Like, I can't just give up now. So I'm gonna reach out to her. I'm gonna finish this. I'm gonna do it right, and I'm gonna be happy with it because I did not spend all this time and money just to have something that I am not satisfied with. So there, I'm gonna do it. And obviously, I am not releasing the song end of October like I wanted, and it's already November, and we don't have the master yet. So this is just gonna be pushed back to January. It's just what it is, and it's fine. It's gonna be okay. That way, I can probably release more songs next year back to back because I'm gonna finish more songs. Yeah. So, not all is lost. And then after my performance in September, I feel like I was on such a high after it, and I wanted to continue the momentum by going to all the open mics. I wanted to do weekly open mics, and again, did not happen. Did not happen because so many excuses. But I finally got my act together the last week of October, and we went out to 2 open mics. The main motivation. If I did not have this main motivation, would I have gone to these 2 open mics? Maybe not. But I have a show November 12th that I would really love to get more practice in for, and so that was what got me out of the house. Sometimes all you need is a little fire under your ass to actually get shit done. So I went on a Monday and Tuesday. On the Monday open mic, they start really early and I just completely forgot. So I showed up too late and I didn't get to perform, but that's okay. I still had a lot of fun watching really great musicians. And then I got to perform on Tuesday and it was really fun and it was really nice because I got to meet some people that I've been chatting with from before. So that was a really good time. I'm going to keep going to open mics in November, just again for the practice and so I could just feel more comfortable on stage and enjoy myself and just be around people who also need to be on stage. It's all about community. Anyway, that is all I have for this update. My biggest takeaways from this month was the progress that I finally made with production and going to open mics, but also saying yes to this show on November 12th because I am nervous. But it'll be a good time. It'll be fun. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like and subscribe to my channel. I create videos about my life as an aspiring artist. And if that interests you, I invite you to follow along on my journey. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.